Before we bring in the candidate, I've got something for all the other trustees, if I may give it to all of you real quick. These are some questions that we got late today, and I was running late today, so I happened to check the email rather late. So here's a few pages of questions that came in from citizens that they've asked, we would consider asking of the candidate today. I'll share those with you.
Thank you. Then I would like to welcome you, Dr. Swayne. Dr. Swayne.
I wasn't done yet, sir.
Excuse me.
I wasn't done yet. I passed it on. I did have something to say about the questions, if I may. Or if not. But I see we have a new agenda today. We've changed it for the third time. These are questions, since we had such a challenge asking questions previously, and you've talked about how you're what the people have asked us to do. But here's the concern, and I'm just going to say it before we start this process, sir. We're still very inconsistent with this, and now we have a third candidate who's going to have a different process than the prior two. I mean, if I was Dr. Brand, I'd ask for my money back. He got questions from Greg that no one else will hear about. Topics such as CRT. Some folks, he went to dinner. I don't know if that was good or bad. Different times of the tours. I wasn't even aware of this, but some folks are seeing Parker before some aspects of their interviews, and some are seeing it after. For me, I'd want to see Parker first. I'd be much more knowledgeable as I started to answer questions along the CTE subject. And so I'm just going to say it right now. We've been inconsistent. We continue to be inconsistent. I think it's broke. I think you guys own it because you broke it, so it's yours. And I think I'm disappointed that each of the candidates was not able to have the same experience uniformly across all five, whether that be the interviews, the timing of the tours, the informal dinners, so we could get to know them a little better and spend time with them and their spouse if they were accompanied. And you know, it's interesting to watch even how a couple of you never asked a single question on Thursday, but suddenly yesterday you guys did. And it was observed to me that one of them was kind of a follow-up to one of the questions during one of the forums about tenure, to maybe give a redo on to answer that question, a bit of a softball question there. So I just think we've changed this on the fly, and quite frankly, I'm not in a position where I want to validate or legitimize the process any further. We've been excluded. We can't answer all our questions. We got cut off the other day. And you already had arranged it so we couldn't have full participation in the process. So no offense, sir, but there's at least two of you I can't even have the chance to interview. So to interview two of you is unfair to the two I couldn't interview, or maybe if you had a poor interview, maybe it'd be to your advantage. So this is yours, guys, and you own it. So you can claim it and keep it.
My apologies for Trustee Banducci.
Chair Wold,
we are going to go right ahead with the interview process. The
Chair
process
Wold.
is.
Can I do that now?
Yes.
Okay. Absolutely no disrespect to you or anything, but I will be leaving partway through this interview. Before this process even began, before the final candidate, there was zero attempt to factor in us elected trustees. These three got appointed and have exercised their majority on the board with zero consideration of the other board members as the type of environment we come into. So I just want to say I have a job during the day, and at none of you have even attempted to schedule around. Though we tried, we could have easily done this in early July, and it would have been a much smoother process. And so I have provided the candidate my questions. I assume that they will be factored in at the end of the day, just like as if I was here. I expect me to be respected even in my absence, and I would appreciate that the questions, and maybe Todd Banducci's questions that he's raised on behalf of the people who actually elected him, be answered. So not, I'll try and find a convenient time. I'll watch my own time, and just know it's not out of protest or anything to you, but I have a day job and multiple responsibilities. So, and I would say that I do think this process is unfair to the candidates and is unfair to the people you represent. So I definitely appreciate Trustee Banducci's words. They ring true. You guys own this process.
Okay, thank you. We will go ahead with the interview.